I have to have my windows even first thing in the morning. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Internet. It is Matt. You're watching 3231 all across the internet. This could be on Haps, could be on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. I want to get on Instagram. I want to get on TikTok. I can't wait until I can broadcast all over, and no matter where you want to be, you can tune in and hang out and be part of the conversation. And then on top of that, rip the audio, turn it into a podcast, put it on Spotify, or Spreaker is the only other one I know. There are a bunch of pod things, but to put it out there, I think if I can put it up on Spotify, there's an actual podcast like subsidiary or offshoot of Spotify where the name escapes me right now, but we could rip the audio and put it up on there, and then like all whatever podcast service you use, whatever podcast app. I have one called what's it called? Podkicker. Podkicker Pro, as a matter of fact. Which means I paid like $4 for it or whatever. Thank you, coffee. I run on Dunkin'. I'll admit it. Certainly on this beautiful Sunday, March 6th, 2022. But yeah, I go on Podkicker and I just go under search and I can put the name of whatever the podcast and it just pulls it up. I'm not sure what services they use or how they go on the internet and find the podcast, but it's really easy to do. Podcasts are a great thing. I really love them. And the accessibility is awesome for podcasts. Like whatever your interests are. The one thing I would have to say is though that if you like pod kicker that I use, when you search it, it searches for the name and not necessarily the topic. Like I think that should be like if you put in comics, it should put up a whole bunch of. I mean, it does sort of, but yeah, I'm not sure how. Now that I think of it, how that algorithm works for that, but um, I just think it's like I go on Google and I type top 10 podcasts for whatever, and they're biased, of course. I'm not fooling myself, but with that, but to do podcasts, like the idea of sitting down with Ben again and doing a weekly podcast, doing a weekly show. There he is. Hello, sir. Good morning. Broadcasting live across multiple platforms, having a chat, having a live audience there to watch us on a weekly basis, and then with a little couple tweaks here and there, a little bit editing, throwing it up, ripping an audio, throwing it up on a podcast so that people can consume it more at their leisure. I'm excited. I was pumping myself up this morning because I'm looking on Spotify at royalty-free music, and I think I found the theme song. I think I found our intro for 3231, and I'm really excited about it. I'll play it for you next time I see you, or I'll link it to you, and you can see for yourself. But I'm talking to Ben. No one else gets to hear it until we broadcast. But with a little bit, like a little snip voiceover on top of it. There used to be, for those of you who don't know, or a lot of you don't, but Ben and I did our first version, our first incarnation of 3231. I trust your judgment when it comes to music. Cool. I just want it to be like We're the friggin' man. Just like I want it to be like wrestling entrance theme worthy. Like a song where you just like, oh yeah. Like that's the feeling I want, where it's like, here we go. Let's go. Kind of a music. And I think this one does it. Um uh Royalty free. I would love to have somebody do one like for us commercially. Like I did some research online, and there are some folks that can do it for like $50. We could get a song made that's our song for commercial use. Uh, but this song that I found was like, all right, all right. And to be honest, I'll probably get like 3 songs for different podcasts. Um, because I know that 50 bones is fine for later. Yeah. Um. Uh. Well, like I said, it's a worthy investment if we're gonna be doing um, production. Making quality content, production value. That's the keyword is value. Um. Yeah, keyword is value, man. And you gotta make a wise investment for something that's going to be listened to repeatedly. Uh, that's one of those little things. You got audio and video, 2 very important things in making a production. And if you have proper music, and then the mics sound crisp and nice, lean more towards that than the video part of it, because let's face it, there's only so much you can do with this face. But for the podcast, I'll lean into that. Anyways, but yeah, cool little thing. And I'm such a nerd when it comes to that. Like, that's the thing that gets me the most excited. You can talk about wrestling, you can talk about role playing games, we can talk about whatever, but the thing that gets me the most excited is nerding out over uh, podcast production. I agree 1000% about your face. Yep, yep. Um, well, oh, wrong ones. I grabbed the wrong shit. Wait, did I do that already? No, there it is. I did the wrong meds. Hold on a second. I grabbed the wrong meds. Morning meds, not evening meds. There we go. That's all right. It's only like $2 wasted there. No big deal. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. I was listening to that song, I was getting myself pumped up, and thinking about like the intro, what I'd like to say at the beginning of the broadcast, because I think that like having a slick intro matters to me. Like that's you gotta have something that's like, okay, we're getting into it, or we're watching it. Nicole and I are thinking that Wednesday after we get back from dinner would probably be the best day for us to record on a regular basis. I agree. I was thinking that myself. I'm like, so if you gave me the option, Ben gave me the option of Monday nights and Wednesday nights, and I kind of agree with Wednesday nights. Like it's right in the middle of the week. I think Wednesday evenings, folks will be available to enjoy a nice broadcast, be part of the chat. Um, it reminds me of what do they call that? Is it pull day? What's is it pull day when they pull the comics for folks? It's comic book day. Um, it's like the weekend's over. It's not the next night, Monday night, because Monday night, some people I'm part of the wrestling crowd, so some people have their Wednesday nights covered. I mean, Monday nights covered. Um, I just feel like that'd be a good night, and if we just take 2 hours, we knock out 4 shows or longer. Like we could do 3 45-minute shows. That'd be cool as well. Um, I think that'd be great. Yeah. I was. By the way, that's something I was thinking about. If we took 2 hours and am I adding that up correctly? Uh, Melissa Mopa. Hello, sweetheart. The only Wednesday I can't do it is the second Wednesday of the month, since that's meetup for my group. Oh, that's not a problem. Like that's the reason why I'm saying, if we did, like, if we took a couple hours and we did two 45-minute shows, um, right? Is that correct? A half. That's an hour and a half. Yeah. If we did 2 shows on a Wednesday night, that would more than cover uh, anything that we needed to do. Um, if we're recording for 3 Wednesdays out of 4, I don't see that as being a problem at all. And on the additional Wednesday night, I could always do something. That's absolutely doable. I mean, we could do. Yeah, wouldn't want to talk. Yeah, who wouldn't want to watch just you talk? I mean, here you are. Um, 2 45-minute shows and maybe an additional half an hour show for like 2 3 2 3 1s. Which by thank you, Ben. Thank you, buddy. Um, the name. Let me know what you think, Ben. But the name of our show, instead of 3231 Internet Radio Show, Nomad Radio. Right to the point. It'll look great on a T-shirt and a hat and a sticker. Uh, Melissa Mopa, my dear. Good morning. Um, Nomad Radio. It gets right to the point. I dig it a lot. I figured out a way that you could. I'm gonna show you the. I don't hate it. I can use the logo in with for the O for the word nomad. I think it'll be cool. Anyways, so we'll come up with something really cool looking, and then, uh, 10,000 worlds. I was being sarcastic and said I would. Oh, who wouldn't want to watch you? Me. I was being sarcastic and said I wouldn't want to watch just you talk. Yeah. 10,000 Worlds podcast done. Already done. Nomad Radio. I'm thinking. Um, as a matter of fact, I think I have a T-shirt designed as well. But yeah, I do have I have a couple designs. Um, I was gonna go all fancy and go with like a highway, like the interstate shield, and do that, but no, I came up with. In fact, I might have shown you already. Um, I had a logo and a T-shirt design. I wasn't sure about it, but no, I remember showing you that. I'm like, oh yeah, I did like that a lot. Um, it's cool. It's cool. I dig it, and it's just vague enough that Nomad Radio. What is it about? Well, it's about somebody who travels, and it sounds like they're trying to make it sound like a talk radio thing or like a it's something to listen to, like a show. It's very show because I like the internet radio show idea, but it was like a lot to put on a logo. It gets the job done. So yeah, bouncing around that stuff in my head, like it made me feel really good this morning. I was really happy. Taking off for breakfast. All right. Have a great day, sir. Enjoy your breakfast. I got about 10 minutes and then I got to go start my work. I'm not going to tell you where I work. It's a surprise. Um, so this is like I'm really happy with this. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I do my job. That's when everybody's, busy doing the week thing. I'm not doing this, I'm taking mornings everybody's working also during the week, and that's when I do my thing. Tuesdays and Thursday nights could be my well, no, that's something we gotta work on because Thursday night is when I do Dungeons and Dragons, but Tuesday nights, every other Tuesday night is another thing. But Wednesday nights for podcasting, isn't that a song? Isn't that an Elton John song? Wednesday night is all right for podcasting. Sounds familiar. Um, Sweet. Like I told you yesterday, I dig my routines. A little bit of structure never hurt nobody. I'm so pumped about this song too. Like it's such a small little detail, but like the title of the broadcast, excited about small steps. Little details I nerd out about. I love lore, I love backstory. Like if I'm making a character and I come up with these cool little things, like that's how I occupy my brain a lot of my week. Um, a lot, whenever I'm driving, I'm delivering pizzas or doing whatever. Like the my favorite use of brain is coming up with those little details. Um, I may not enjoy writing stuff out necessarily, but the imagination part of it. Uh, Anybody that's watched me for any length of time knows that I love to nerd out, and I love the world build, and for sure, uh, character creation is a big thing for me. Like, I don't just want somebody to look cool, but I want like what they do and who they are and everything to make sense and actually be something that you'd be like, I could see that. Making logos, something that looks like with the Nomad Radio logo, 3231 logo. Um, I put care enough into it that I want it to look like something that it's always looked like that. You know, like that. One thing is that the Guns N' Roses logo right there is one of the things that I love so much. Um, the band logos. Um, that's the reason why I wear that Coca-Cola shirt so much. Like it's iconic, and I love how something can go from just a logo to an icon. It's when it crosses over into immortalized kind of a thing, unmistakable. Come to think of it, this logo right here, the Domino's logo, is one of those logos where it's just like you know what it is, like Superman or Batman or something like that. Like if you see that logo, you know exactly what it is, and it comes from there being two locations in Michigan. I think it's Ypsilanti and what was the other one? There were two locations up in Michigan where the first two, I think it was Dominic's Pizza, and then they changed it to Domino's, and it grew into a franchise. Um, like that's kind of neat. So let me reel it back a little bit. What I was thinking about was with like I said, Nomad Radio having a cool logo, having a cool like snip of music that people can listen to, just like punching right through the intro. Um, Coming through with hello, Mr. and Mrs. Internet. Thank you for tuning in. This is the 3231 Nomad Radio. You're listening to 3231 Nomad Radio. Um, that's awesome. Anyways, I'm such a nerd. It gets me excited though, thinking about it. Like listening to the song and stuff like that. Where it's like it gets me pumped. Mission accomplished. As does coffee. I enjoy me a good coffee. Melissa, are you still hanging out with me? Are you there? Who else is watching me right now? 9 people have put their eyeballs on this show so far this morning. I'm probably expecting somebody to do something silly on camera. Melissa, have you dealt with any artists that do synthwave or dark synthwave, like that particular genre? I was because while I have a hard rock theme, a quick snip for Nomad Radio, I'm thinking I want to go synthwave for 10,000 Worlds. I was looking on what is it? Up something? Upwork? I can't remember what it was. That there's something where somebody will compose a song for $50 for commercial use. And I was wondering if there are other artists out there that I could possibly get a little bit of a lower rate because that's what you do. You say, how much does it cost to do this? And then everybody gives you their price, and you go for a reasonable price. If I can go $45 instead of $50, of course, I'm going to do it. I know of a couple, but I'm not sure what they charge. That's all right. That's the first step is find them, and find them and find something that they've done because I kind of know what I want. It's not super tough for me to figure out what it is that I'd like. I want something that starts right off. It doesn't have a huge build, it doesn't have a long build up to it. Within 10 seconds, it'll get right into the main part of it. Um, and it'll last for about a minute, and then it'll end. Like no fading out. Um, like I don't mind a fade out sometimes, but in this particular case, I want it to be get right into it, get right out of it. And like probably 45 seconds to a minute long. 45 seconds would probably be long enough. And then like it could always, if somebody wanted to make a full song of it, there could be a pause for dramatic effect and then get right back into the song or something. I don't know. But like the vision I have for a synth wavy kind of song is like the dark synthwave type of stuff is exactly like I love the covers, the art that goes along with a lot of these tracks that I see on Spotify or on YouTube, where it's just very neon. Uh, um, these guys can do that excellent. It's very neon, very. Um, the particular style that I enjoy is like building a quick image in your mind of wet city streets at night, neon, um, police sirens and helicopters in the background. Uh, it's sort of a danger in the air kind of a feel. Um, Late 70s, early 80s vendetta action movies kind of thing. Guy on a motorcycle with the faceless helmet. Uh, Spirit of vengeance kind of a thing. One man, one gun, one city, several bullets. And then it's usually bop, 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 bop. Like that's it. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to have. I've been listening to listening to a few dozen tracks last night, and a lot of them have, because they're meant to be songs. I get it. They're build they have the slow build to some of them are either a little bit too amped up, like just get right into it, and then there's the strings and the bass and like guitars and a little too much noodly I call it noodly, but like a little bit too much noise. And there are others that are just like bassy, moody. I hate slow builds. I know they have a purpose, but no thanks. Like it's a little too clichy, right? A little too cliche. A little bit of a cliche issue. I get it. All it takes is maybe a couple seconds of, like I said, you have wet boots on pavement or boots on wet pavement, clup, 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 sirens in the background, the passing traffic noise, a little bit of white noise from the traffic. Um, Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 seconds of that. I think 5 seconds may be too excessive. 3 seconds would work. No, 5. We'll say 5. So 5 seconds of that. Okay, you've established an atmosphere, and then just bump, 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 bump. 5 seconds is longer than you think. Yeah, true. That's true. Because when I put on the song and I'm listening to it, um, that's about 10 seconds. Tom, what's up? And then it's like 10 seconds, and then goes right into the song. Gives it long enough where I could say you're listening to 3231 Nomad Radio, or you're listening to the 10,000 Worlds podcast on 3231 or something like that. Just say that really quick, right at the beginning, and then get right into the thing. Listen to it for a few seconds. I just gave some spoilers away of the song that I'm thinking for Nomad Radio, but for 10,000 Worlds, I want it to be like slower, something like that. I like that offbeat. That's something. There's probably technical terms for it, but when the beat and the music go off each other, when it's like, I dig that. That's a cool little thing that a lot of dark synthwave. It's a trope. I kind of like that, and just a simple kick, snare, kick, snare, kick. I like that. So that's the effect of. It's a little intensity. It's a little like psychological thriller. Uh, Somebody lurking, street justice kind of that whole. You could like, when you want to talk about country music, you mention your truck and your dog, and the whole simplicity often speaks louder than complexity. It does. um Country music found its formula when it's like you just start rattling off things that are country: dirt roads and pickup trucks and dogs, and that's why I love pink music or punk music. Gotcha. um Pink music could be punk for girls, you don't know. um but yeah, just a driving beat. uh so you get it anyways. There is cliche, and there is, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that there's a lot of nerdiness in dark synthwave that I really dig. Like, if you want to get that 70s 80s action flick, like, this is going to be a little violent. You can tell from the music. So this is they're going to have a little too much fun. I may not like gore very much, but punching evil in the face, it's going to be a little bit of that. So you get the idea. I think that would do. Are we talking Disturbed type music or Bob Seger? Um, I'm talking about, like, it's called dark synthwave. It's kind of like John Carpenter, um, action movie like I said, late 70s, early 80s movie soundtrack kind of thing. It gives you that vibe of, like I said, wet city streets at night. Neon lights, sirens, and helicopters in the background. Crime is happening, and you got wet, boots on wet pavement. This guy's, clad in leather, faceless, motorcycle helmet, ready to punch some justice into some, criminals. Punch crime. That's the word I'm looking for. Couldn't think of the words I was going to say. Punching crime. Street justice, vendetta kind of thing. That sort of vibe, where it's just Running Man had that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that type of thing. Like for a split second, instant atmosphere, and it's cheesy, and it's semi-violent, and it's awesome. Not semi-violent, but there you go. Well, I got to get going because I got to get to work. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. I appreciate it. Any chance I can get to nerd out, and this morning is going to be so much like this is going on in my head for hours. I'll be doing this for the next 2 or 3 hours, just like nerding out about this. I'll probably listen in Predator. Yep. Escape from New York. All of the anything Snake Plissken. That sort of thing. Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful Sunday. I hope to talk to you guys probably after work. I'll give you guys a call. Uh, you know, I'm doing my thing. Today's my last day of work, so I got the week. I can hang out with you guys, and I hope to do so in the mornings for a little bit longer than a half hour, 45 minutes. But enjoy your day. Taters, good morning. Love you very much. Have a wonderful day. What's the small step? Music and logos for the podcast. I found a piece of music that I would love to have for the introduction to one of the podcasts. The regular 3231 Nomad Radio will be the standard general podcast for Ben and I to do live, and then rip it to audio and turn it into a podcast. And then also 10,000 Worlds as well. But I love you guys very much. Have a great day. If you're watching this and you have not followed me yet, please follow me on any of the social medias at 3231. Share the broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, got to get some work done. Yep. Love you guys. Love you. Bye.